Bernie Sanders finally decided to step up his attacks on Hillary Clinton here, and he really nailed her on an important issue. So he was on CNN, and Jake Tapper said the following: "You have not been critical of the Clinton Foundation, but there are those who say that there's something inherently wrong with an American charity, especially one with ties to a Secretary of State, taking money from the Saudis and other foreign governments that don't represent our values. Is that a fair criticism?" So it took Jake Tapper basically teeing it up for him and giving him a pat on the back for him to say the following, quote, "Yes, it is. It is. I mean, I have tried to run an issues-oriented campaign on issues of importance to the working people. But if you ask me about the Clinton Foundation, do I have a problem when a sitting Secretary of State and a foundation run by her husband collects many millions of dollars from foreign governments which are dictatorships? You don't have a lot of civil liberties or democratic rights in Saudi Arabia. You don't have a lot of respect there for opposition points of view, for gay rights, for women's rights. Yes, I do have a problem with that. Yes, I do." And then Jake Tapper says, "You think it creates an appearance of conflict of interest?" Bernie says, "I do. I do." So, I don't know why he didn't hammer away on this sooner. Now, obviously, Bernie has brought up the issue of money in politics more than anybody else. And when he brings it up in the context of campaign contributions. This is a whole nother dimension to money in politics and corruption and legalized bribery, and it's actually specific to the Clintons. But he didn't really go there. Only when Jake Tapper kind of patted him on the back and teed it up and said, "What do you think of the Clinton Foundation?" did he say, well, obviously something's wrong with that. So my response to Bernie would be, dude, the reason why you should have brought it up earlier is the reason why you say you didn't bring it up, which is, he argues, hey, I'm running an issues-oriented campaign for working class people. That's the whole point of my campaign. Yeah, that's exactly why you have to bring up the Clinton Foundation. That's exactly why you have to hammer away at that. And that's exactly why you have to highlight it and educate the American people on exactly what's wrong with it. Because a lot of people just don't know. They hear Clinton Foundation and they go, oh, I'm sure they are doing wonderful charity everywhere around the world, and that is the end of the story. Well, no, as the International Business Times stories that they broke not that long ago, we learned that, just like they laid out here, Saudi Arabia would give money to the Clinton Foundation, tremendous amounts of money to the Clinton Foundation, and then, lo and behold, look at that. All of the business that was in front of the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, for weapons deals got approved. I wonder if there was a connection there. Now, it's a separate issue if there's actually a quid pro quo, where they say, I will give you money, you will give me weapons. And that's one of the questions about her email scandal. Oh, all these emails were deleted. What was in those emails? Well, there could be quid pro quos about, I'll give the Clinton Foundation X amount of money, you do this favor for me, and that would be totally illegal. But it's a separate question if there is a quid pro quo. But either way, this is the dynamics of money in politics. Nobody's given millions of dollars and thinking, I am going to give this out of the kindness of my heart. Really, the fucking Saudi government out of the kindness of their heart. These assholes kill people for sorcery and witchcraft. They say all atheists are terrorists. You gonna trust these people? Yeah, oh, charitable givings. You wanna know how you can do charity? Stop fucking beheading people in your country. How about that? So, no, you shouldn't trust them. You shouldn't trust them in any way. And the thing about the Clintons that's so nefarious is you have all these different avenues that they've gotten money over the years. So with the regular politician, you get money to their campaign, and you get money to their super PAC. And that's largely it. Now, that's still massively corrupt. Make no mistake about it. But with the Clintons, you get the super PAC, you get the campaign, you get individual donations in terms of speeches, and you get the Clinton Foundation. That's 4 ways of legally getting money and then doing legal bribes and corruption. And they actually calculated how much money the Clintons have raised in their entire lives and their entire careers here. Over $3 billion. Over $100 million just from personal speeches. That's the money that goes directly into the pocket. So if you don't think they're beholden to elites around the world and corporations around the world and even foreign governments in some respects in terms of getting them weapons deals, you're crazy. And remember, what did Saudi Arabia do with the weapons deals that were approved by Hillary Clinton? They massacred civilians in Yemen, including children and women. This is one of the main reasons why so many people roll their eyes when Hillary Clinton, uses the language of feminism and identity politics they go, well, wait a second, look at what you did. You can say the right words. Oh, look, you're making the right noises with your mouth on the issue of feminism or whatever issue. You're blowing up women in Yemen. You're approving deals, weapons deals, that go to a government that has the same philosophy as ISIS, and then they're attacking civilians. And what do? They're even using cluster bombs, which are illegal under international law. And what does the U.S. do? When it's our ally and they use cluster bombs, I don't care. They've also attacked schools for the blind. They've attacked hospitals. The whole point is to kill civilians. You know, and I haven't even brought up, we're just talking about the Saudi weapons deal. What about with Israel as well? She loves Netanyahu. Well, look at Netanyahu's recent slaughter fest in Gaza, where he killed up to 80% civilians, and Hillary Clinton couldn't bring herself to condemn it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, Bernie, you should bring this up because it is issues-oriented. Because the existence of this foundation and what has happened as a result of it makes it so that Hillary Clinton does the bidding of her donors and foreign governments and snubs the constituents. And that's the number one problem with her. Is anybody who's followed her record closely knows she's not going to represent you. She's not going to represent regular people. If she just so happens to stumble across a couple issues where she does represent you, it's to throw you a fucking bone so that she continue to do the corruption behind the scenes. So yes, Bernie should bring this up. He should bring it up more. And rest assured, it is totally issues-focused. It's as issues-focused as you could possibly get.